Week 13 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few centers I would look to add on the waiver wire. The first guy is Nicolas Claxton of the Brooklyn Nets, and Nicolas Claxton, he's been carving out a big role the last couple weeks here for this net team ever since they traded Jared Allen for James Harden a few months ago. But Claxton, like I said, the last couple weeks he's really found the role in this rotation for this net team, and he looks good, and him and James Harden have great ESP on a lot of easy buckets and alley-oops on the season. He's ranked 120 is Nicolas Claxton, 9.3 points a game, 3.9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1.6 blocks a game, 59% from the foul line, but a great 64% from the field. Last few weeks, the numbers have bumped up, 11.3 points a game, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks a game, 50% from the foul line, and 57% from the field. So Claxton, he's an athletic big man. Obviously, he's more of a garbage man and a lob guy. Perfect for his position on this roster. He's the 5th or 6th option, maybe even more with Blake Griffin on the roster and playing now. But anyway, Claxton, he's definitely worth a pickup. His minutes have bumped up over the last 3 games, anywhere from 23 to 25 a game. March 17th at Indiana, 11 points, 8 rebounds, an assist, 2 blocks. March 19th at Orlando, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. And March 21st versus the Washington Wizards, 16 points, 3 rebounds, a steal, and 3 blocks. So Claxton, he's going to score the basketball at a decent point. He's going to help your field goal percentage. He'll get a few rebounds, and he's a good shot blocker as well with the 1.6 on the season, and he's available in 84% of fantasy leagues, but owners, they're going out there and adding him, and he's been added already so far this week in 7%, and he's the first ad. The second guy is Alex Len of the Washington Wizards. So Len, he's been on this list a few times this season, and then the next week it seems like he's been on the drop list. So Alex Len now, though, he's been playing more minutes for this Washington team. Obviously, we've known for weeks that Thomas Bryant is out for the season with the ACL injury, so it's either him or Robin Lopez who's going to step up, and for this week right now, it's been Alex Len stepping up on the season. He's ranked 277 in fantasy basketball, 6.1 points a game, 3.6 rebounds, an assist, 1.1 blocks a game, 63% from the field, and 61% from the foul line. The last couple weeks, though, he's ranked 104 in fantasy basketball, 14 points a game, 9 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 83% from the foul line, and 66% from the field. So Len, he's shooting the ball at a good percentage, and he scored double-digit points in 2 out of his last 3 ball games. So right now, the Wizards, they've been playing him from anywhere 20 to 30 minutes a game, and obviously the more minutes he's playing, the more production you're going to get out of Alex Len. And right now, he's available in a whopping 95% of fantasy leagues. The last 3 games for him: March 17th versus Sacramento, 13 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. March 18th versus the Utah Jazz, 9 points, 6 rebounds, and an assist. And then March 21st at the Brooklyn Nets, probably his best game of the season, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 blocks. So Len, he's playing the minutes, he's putting up the stats, and he's a player that can help you in scoring and rebounding and a pretty decent field goal percentage. So if you need a center, I would go out there and get him. The next center is Dwight Howard of the Philadelphia 76ers. So Dwight Howard, he's been filling in good the last couple games here for Joel Embiid, who's out, obviously, with the knee bruise, and they're saying he's out 2 to 3 weeks. I believe he's going to be out longer. And Philly, they're up there in the standings. They don't got to rush their guys back, and there's no reason to when you got a player like Dwight Howard who could fill in and put up the numbers. On the season, he's ranked 280 in fantasy basketball, 6.7 points a game, 8.1 rebounds, a block a game, 53% from the foul line. He was never a good foul shooter, and 58% from the field. But the last couple weeks since filling in for Embiid, he's ranked 128 with 10 points a game, 12 rebounds, 1.4 blocks, 57% from the field, and 58% from the foul line. So Howard, he's filling in. He's doing what he does best, scoring the basketball at a decent rate, getting a high amount of rebounds in double digits, and also blocking shots. The last 3 games, March 17th versus Milwaukee, 13 points, 15 rebounds, a steal, a block. March 20th versus the Sacramento Kings, 10 points, 13 rebounds and assists. And then March 21st at the Knicks, 4 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. So Howard's doing what you expect from him. Like I said, and he's definitely worth the shot on the waiver wire, and he's still available in 54% of fantasy leagues. The next center is Moses Brown of the OKC Thunder. So Brown, he was on the list last week, just like Howard. And once again, he's going to be on it again. Brown, he's got athleticism. He's got a knack for rebounding the ball. And this guy's pretty explosive around the rim as well on the season. He's ranked 234 in fantasy basketball. 6.6 points a game. 6.5 rebounds. 1.1 blocks a game. 59% from the foul line and 56% from the field. But the last couple weeks, since the playing time and the opportunity has gone up for Brown, he's ranked 91 in fantasy basketball, 10.3 points a game, 11 rebounds, 1.7 blocks, 66% from the foul line, and 53% from the field. So Moses Brown, he's similar to Dwight Howard in a way. He's going to score the basketball about 10 to 12 points a game. He'll get double-digit rebounds on most nights, and he's got a knack for blocking the basketball, and he's pretty athletic as well. March 18th at Atlanta, 5 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and a block. March 21st at Houston, 13 points, 14 rebounds, a steal. And last night in Minnesota, another good game for him. 4 points, a whopping 17 rebounds, 3 blocks, and a steal. And Al Horford, they've benched him now, and it's a real possibility Horford gets traded here within the next couple days before the deadline on Thursday. And I think the Thunder, they're going to give the keys to the center position to Brown, and he deserves it. This guy, he's showing flashes. He's putting up big numbers, and at this point, with a rebuilding Thunder team, it only makes sense to play him and see what he has, and he's available in 60% of fantasy leagues. And the fifth and final center, I would look to add on waivers this week, seeing Stewart of the Detroit Pistons. So another guy here I said to pick up last week, and I'm going to say it again. These guys are producing, and they're available still in a bunch of leagues, and that's why I'm saying to pick these centers up. And good center help is hard to find in fantasy basketball. On the season, he's ranked 177 is Isaiah Stewart. 6.1 points a game, 5.9 rebounds, 1 block a game, 67% from the foul line, and 56% from the field. And in the last couple weeks, though, he's ranked 94th in this time. 10 points a game, 6.7 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 61% from the field, 62% from the line. So Stewart, he's getting opportunity, and he's making the most of it. He's putting up similar numbers to a Moses Brown and Howard with about double-digit points, almost double-digit rebounds, and about a block or 2 a game. And the last 3 games, March 17th versus Toronto, 10 points, 4 rebounds, and assists and 2 threes. March 19th at Houston, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and a 3. And then March 21st versus Chicago, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks, a steal, and a 3. So Stewart, he don't really have anyone but Plumlee in front of him, but he's still getting that 23 to 25 minutes a game. This Detroit team, they're rebuilding as well. And Stewart, he's a hard-nosed player and a scrappy one at best. And he's adding a 3 or 2 a game, which is a bonus as well for a big man. He's available in 85% of fantasy leagues. So that's a few centers I would look to add on waivers here in Week 13 of the fantasy basketball season.